conservation of energy in LC oscillations. Now, during LC oscillations in LC circuits, the energy is oscillating between the magnetic field and the electric field. The electric field is created by the capacitor and the magnetic field is created by the inductor. So in an LC circuit, only an inductor and a capacitor are connected. Okay. So the inductor is producing the magnetic field and the capacitor is producing the electric field. Now here, there are two forms of energy. In the inductor, the energy is stored in the form of magnetic potential energy. And in the capacitor, the energy is stored in the form of electrostatic potential energy. Okay. Now, these two forms of energies vary with time, but the total energy remains as what constant. The total energy remains as what constant. Okay. So, we can say that the LC oscillations or takes place in accordance with that of what? Law of conservation of energy. Now, we have to prove that. Now, the total energy in an LC circuit is taken as epsilon is equal to epsilon E, that is due to the capacitor, plus epsilon B, that is due to the inductor. This can be written as Q square by 2C, that is energy stored in the capacitor is Q square by 2C, plus energy stored in the inductor is 1 by 2 Li square. Now we are going to consider three cases. Case number 1. The capacitor is fully charged. So when the capacitor is fully charged, the inductor is 0. There is no current flow through the circuit. Okay. So I is equal to 0. So we can write the charge as the total energy as epsilon is equal to Q is Q maximum. So it is Qm square by 2C plus what? 0, because the current is 0. So what is the total energy? The total energy is Qm square by 2C. So here the total energy is wholly electrical. The total energy is what? Wholly electrical. Now case number 2. The charge is completely discharged from the capacitor and the current flows through the circuit is I. Now the inductor is fully charged. The inductor is what? Fully charged. So the charge is 0. So the energy in the capacitor is 0. The energy in the capacitor is what? 0. But the current in the inductor is maximum. So we are writing it as Im. So epsilon is equal to half L Im square, which is equal to half L Im square. Now this can be written as, we can write Im as Qm into omega. Im is equal to what? Qm into omega. We know omega is equal to 1 by root of Lc. We know omega is equal to what? 1 by root of Lc. So Qm is equal to, Im is equal to Qm by root of Lc. Substituting in the above equation for Im, we are getting it as Im square. Im square is Qm square by Lc. Qm square by what? Lc. So L by 2 into Qm square by Lc. L and L will get cancelled. Now Qm square by 2C. The energy is equal to what? Qm square by 2C. But the total energy is wholly magnetic. Now note that in case 1 also we have got the expression at Qm square by 2C. Now also we are getting the expression as what? Qm square by 2C. Now we'll go for the case 3. Now the charge is Q, the current is also flowing in the circuit. So what is the total energy? U is equal to, epsilon is equal to Q square by 2C plus half Li square. It is partly what? Magnetic and partly electrical. So Q square by 2C plus half Li square. Okay. Now we know Q can be written as Qm sine omega t. Charge is a function of cos omega t. So we can write Q is equal to Qm cos omega t. So we can write current I is equal to minus dq by dt. Why we are introducing the minus sign? The minus sign says capacitor, the charge in the capacitor is decreasing with respect to that of what? Time. So we are writing minus dq by dt. So using this equation and differentiating, what will you get is Qm is a constant. So I write it as Qm itself. In differentiation of cos omega t is minus sine omega t. Differentiation of omega t is omega. So here you will get a minus, another minus is here. So minus and minus will become what? Plus. Plus qm omega sine omega t. Current value is what? Qm omega sine omega t. Now I'm going to substitute in these equations. So epsilon is equal to, for q I'm going to substitute as, this is q square. So it is qm square cos square omega t by 2c plus 1 by 2 L. Here for I am going to write it as qm square omega square sine square omega t. So we are getting what? This equation. Okay. So in this equation, I'm going to substitute for omega. We know omega square is equal to what? LC. 1 by LC. Omega square is equal to what? 1 by LC. Omega is equal to 1 by root of LC. Omega square is 1 by LC. So here L and L will get what? Cancel. So after cancelling, you can see these are the common terms. That is q square m by 2c is the common term. So we can write q square m by qc, 2c. So what are the remaining terms here? Here cos omega t, here it is sine square omega t. So cos square omega t plus sine square omega t. We know that what is cos square omega t plus sine square omega t? 1. So what is the final expression we are getting? Qm square by 2c. You are getting the final expression as what? Qm square by 2c, because this value is what? 1. Okay. Now all three cases we got the equation as same. We got the equation as what? Same. In the first case also we got it as qm square by 2c. Second case also we got the same thing. The third case also what? The same thing. But in the first case the energy is purely electrical. In the second case it is purely what? Magnetic. And the third case it is partly magnetic and partly electric. Okay. So in all the three cases we can say the total energy of the system remains constant. So this is in accordance with that of what? Law of conservation of energy.